evening. Let's try this one again. I do apologise. I have no idea why the video just stopped, but hopefully I am indeed live. So good evening. Very briefly, I'm Jenny McCormac from Jemini Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm going to show you one of our kits today. This is one of our new kits. It's called Alpine Air, and I haven't opened it as yet. It's still sealed. This one comes with all the elements you need for what looks like 9 different cards. We have a stamp set with different sentiments that you can use for your cards. So we've got a happy birthday, we've got hello friend, thinking of you, and it's your, let yourself dream big. Perfect. So I'm going to open up the kit and get cracking. So this is the second time of starting this. Fingers crossed this one will carry on working. We'll find out in a minute. So hopefully those that joined me earlier will find me again. You will have to refresh the screen, but you'll know that if you've arrived back with me. So let's get cracking, just in case it stops again. These things do happen. So I'm just going to open the packet here, and everything you need is included except for a pair of scissors to open the packet. Okay, so I'm liking the colours of this, and I think this would be great for men's cards or people who are travelling. Get rid of that little piece there. So in here I have got a stamping block. Oh, well done, Caroline. Thank you for finding us. We've got a new block. We've got some clear sequins, and we have some glue dots. So that's double-sided adhesive dots. And let's see, we have envelopes. So 3 in the shaded spruce, 3 in the night of navy, and 3 with misty moonlight. And they're plain on the back and on the inside, but detailed on the flap of each one. Then we have a sheet of dimensionals. These are our foam pads. And then we have some die cut panels. We have some die cut scenes here. So there's 4 of those and 4 little blocks. There are 3 sets of cards. So we've got the shaded spruce again, exactly mimicking the envelope. We've got the night of navy and the misty moonlight. That's those elements, and then we have more printed scenes. So we've got this one and this one. That's 2 different ones here on the left, and then the larger one here on the right. So there's 3 sets of those, and then we have some white die cuts, obviously for stamping. You get a piece of card with that, and then this is what is printed on the stamps itself. So because the stamps are available in different languages, what they do is include the stamp set for the language that you've ordered. We have them in English, French and German. And let's cut this one off so as not to confuse everybody. Like so. And what I tend to do is attach this to the back of the plastic sheet so I know where the stamps go and whether I've lost one or mislaid one. Hopefully not. Okay, and then we have a sheet of instructions, and the instructions include pictorial elements for each of the cards. You can obviously do your own thing entirely. And there is also on the back a QR code that you can scan with your mobile phone, One covers the basics of stamping, and this one, the second one, is the details for this particular kit. So for every kit that Stampin' Up produce, there is a video that shows you each of the elements. Now, just got a warning on my screen. But I hope we are still live. Yes, we seem to be. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is do one each of these in the designs that they've come up with, and then go on to do something different with the others. So card number 1 uses the Night of Navy layer. Now obviously these are completely interchangeable, so you can swap these cards around. What you can do, if you want to make any of our kits go further, is cut the card in half and then mount this onto another card. So this could be mounted onto Night of Navy or onto white card, and then you'd get effectively two cards. Obviously you would still only have the same number of envelopes, so you need to swap in the envelopes. And there are some extras of the scenes, but you need to be careful obviously not to run out of the scenes, or just use this for something else altogether. So we're just going to fold this in half, and that's that. You can have it going either way, so you can have with the light at the top opening up with the white inside, or you can have it with that at the bottom, whichever you prefer. And their suggestion is to use the stamp that says "Let yourself dream big," which is this one here. There is a block there. I'm going to use one of my existing blocks just so I can keep that one nice and clean and gift it to somebody who needs it. And they include a Misty Moonlight ink pad, a little 1-inch ink pad, but I'm actually going to use my existing Misty Moonlight ink pad. Move those out of the reflection, sorry about that. Sorry. There we go. Got two dogs fighting over food. Right, just going to stamp this onto a scrap piece of grid paper. If you don't have any scrap at home, then what I recommend you do, hi Trudy, you found us as well. Oi oi, stop it. Sorry. What are you after? Come on. I need to move one of you out of the way. Okay. So I recommend you use the piece of cardboard, I do apologise, for practising on. So ink up your stamp and just have a little practice on there until you're happy with how it looks. And then their recommendation is this one here. So I'm going to use this panel here, and they've stamped underneath it, and then that's going to get layered onto the white panel. So let me find that. Now you don't have to use all of the layers they suggest. You could certainly leave some of them out. So their layering is this one, and then this one. Sorry, I just have to extricate one dog. Otherwise havoc will ensue. Okay. And in terms of adhesive, we do have the glue dots and we have the dimensionals, and they tell you on the instructions which elements you need for each one. So let's stamp our sentiment on here. Let yourself dream big. So just going to ink this up and put this in that slightly lighter section on the bottom right hand side, like so. Hopefully you can see that. Like that. Hi Sue. Hope you're well. I presume you're back up in Scotland now after your trip down here. So let's layer this up together. So there's our base card and our white layer. You could actually omit that altogether if you wanted to, but I'm going to do one as they suggested. So they suggest putting dimensionals. I don't know why I turned that over, because it's the same on both sides. It's just habit. Just habit, isn't it? So they recommend putting 5 on there. I appreciate you can't. If I put it on here, it'll be a bit better. Let me do that. You can see what I'm doing. So they recommend 5 on there. And then that's going to go onto here on the left hand side. And then for this piece, we don't need dimensionals on the left, the foam pads, because this is already raised, but we do need them on the right to support this piece here. So I'm going to turn that over and put them down on this side, and that's shown in the pictures. 1, 2 and 3. So this one comes together really easy. So that's the way I've got this card with the light bit at the top. This is going to go on over to the left hand side. So this is Alpine Air, but I wonder if it could be Scotland, so okay, so positioning that over to the left, and then this is going to go on the right, so you've got it staggered, and then my dimensionals are going to support it. And then they suggest using, you can use the glue dots to put down the left hand side, and you just pop those down and peel them off. And Annabelle, I don't think she's caught up with us, but if she finds us again, we've got a panda kit to do with the cheeky pandas. But all of our kits during October are on a special discounted price. Okay, let's take the backings off here and pop it on. Fingers crossed we are still live. So just offsetting that a little bit. How much you offset is entirely up to you. And then we have the little gems here in different sizes, and they suggest putting 2 down here and 1 up to the right hand side. Let's see if I've got a pokey tool, but you could use your fingers or scissors. So these are little clear sequins. So I'm going to do 1 and a small one here on the left, and then a small one top right hand side, like so. Let yourself dream big. Really pretty. And then that has got the envelope to go with it, and you could stamp that same sentiment on the envelope if you wished. So let's do that. Like so. There we are. So there's our first one finished. Obviously you could just stamp happy birthday in all of them if you wanted to make a series of birthday cards. Right, let's find the next one. That one uses the shaded spruce card. Just to find that. This one here. And they've used happy birthday for theirs. So, and they've stamped it onto one of the circles. So there's 4 here. There's always an extra one when you're stamping, which is perfect, because then if you make a mistake you can turn it over to the other side. Let us find the stamp set. There we go. So there's that nice block happy birthday. Obviously if you've got your own stamps already, you can substitute any of those. So just going to have a little practice on the backing. As I say, it's always good to do that, especially with a new stamp set, just to get rid of any film that might be on the stamp itself. And normally I would always stamp with it in its piece here, but it's quite difficult, especially with my lights on, to see where that circle is. So I'm actually going to pop that die cut out. Normally I don't pop them all out because I'm very good at losing things. If you know me well, you know exactly what I mean. So I prefer to either stamp them all in or just stamp them as I go along, but leave the rest of them in there. So that's a happy birthday. Here's our base card, and then they put, oh, okay, so 2 panels that go together. Let me find them. Is this one and this one. Okay, so there's that, and then this sort of meadow scene that's going to go at the bottom, and happy birthday in between. So this one and this one, like that. Now they do sort of fit together, but in their picture they've got a little gap between the 2. So I'll do the same, and again they put these up on dimensionals, so I will do that. That's my new sheet. Let's just find one that I've already got going, which is here. So you want to support these panels, so I'm putting 5 on each, which is what they recommend, and then 2 on the back of the circle die cut. You just want to make sure the centre is supported as much as anything, and then 2 on the back. It doesn't matter where they go. And just going to sort of check for placement before I put one down. So what you don't want to do is put this one down too low and then find it's not going to fit nicely on your card. Peel the backings off. Hello Christine. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so placing this centre top, this is going to go centre bottom with a little gap in between, and then my sentiment on the top of that. So I managed to have a lovely walk with Woody this afternoon. We were hunting squirrels. Didn't take very long. We found rather a lot of them where we go. There's lots of woods, and he gets a little bit obsessed, shall we say. Okay, let's put this on top. You could put this on with glue dots if you wanted to, because this is already raised, and they put it sort of left and side. You could put it on the right. I'm going to have mine in a similar position. Don't press it down until you've got it fairly level, like so. And then again, they've suggested 3 gems. They even show you where to put them if you're not quite sure, or you can do your own thing. So that is card number 2. and that has the coordinating envelope to go with it. And you could put your happy birthday on here as well, like that. There we go. And then finally our third card. So this makes 3 of each of the cards. This has got the Misty Moonlight base, but as I said, you can easily mix and match these and cut these up, as I said, if you want to, and they can also go in either direction. So Stampin' Up have them here with the light bit on the top, but you could turn it over because there's nothing printed on the inside and have it that way if you wanted to. And this one has a banner, and they've suggested the thinking of you, so let's grab that banner. And again, the spare ones of these, so that if you're not happy with one, stamp it again on the other side. If you're not happy with that, then you can use another one. Let's do that first. Thinking of you. Nice. They're often really nice fonts, these small stamps, and you can either keep them in the box with the kit or just separate them out and put them in an envelope or a packet. Maybe if you put them in the envelope, stamp the outside of the envelope first with the stamp set, and then you'll know what's in there. Okay, so again, had a little practice and then placing that on there like that, thinking of you. And if you weren't happy with it, just turn it over. These are quite thick, so you won't see the ink through the back of it. Right, for this one they've got the larger panel, which is this pretty one here with the sort of pink sky. Let's pull those out. So this whole panel is going to go on, and for thinking of you, and they've also added in these little backgrounds. Now there's nothing to stop you using any of these in different ways. So this is going to go behind, and this matches the green, the shaded spruce of the tree. So that's how that's going to go. So their recommendation is dimensionals on the back of here, exactly as we had before. Hi Becca, thanks for joining us. So we're just going to pop 5 dimensionals on here, like so, and place that on our card base. I think these would be great cards, as I said, for men or people who like doing a lot of walking or being out and about. And remember, even when you've finished the cards, you will still have the stamp set, the ink pad, the block, and any bits left over. You'll have dimensionals, you'll probably have some glue dots and some odd pieces, so it'll go further than you might expect. Right, they've got this with glue dots and this one with dimensionals. So what I'm going to do is layer these 2 up first. Just need to find where I've hidden the glue dots. There they are. If you prefer to use your own glue, that's absolutely fine. You can keep these and use these for another project. They're nice and flat, which is what I like about these. Make sure that's going to fit on there. So 1, 2, 3. And I've got a lot of kits to catch up on. So each week what I'm going to do is a kit catch up as well as my normal 2 lives, because I've yeah, I missed quite a few because we release 2 every month. They soon catch up. Okay, this is going to go on here, so you can have it in the center, you can have it to one side. Their suggestion is looks like fairly in the center. I think I'm going to go with that. So dimensionals on the back of there, and then we'll add the gems and we're done. 1, 2, 3. Like that. And the gems, they've got sort of either side here and here. So let's put a large one here, small one a little bit, whoops, a little bit higher. And they have one down here, but I haven't left myself much space, so I think what I'm going to do is put one up here. There we go, still in the water. And there we go, that is card number 3. Hopefully you can see that one. And that also has a coordinating envelope with the Misty Moonlight colouring to match. But obviously you can swap those out and about. And if you wanted to, you could stamp that sentiment on the outside. So the sentiment set that comes with this, with the stamps, is all sentiments. So useful for lots of different card making. So we've got hello friend, thinking of you, let yourself dream big, and happy birthday. And obviously you can interchange those within reason. Obviously you can't fit the thinking of you in the small circle for the happy birthday. So I have plenty here left over for another 6 cards. So the kit makes, as I said, 9 cards if you do them as is, but you could do easily do more if you have some basic card supplies. So we've got this one here. We have this one, which is 2 panels, like so. Hopefully you can see that. And then this one, which is more like a sort of lake going into the hilltops. And there we go. So that's called Alpine Air. That's available. It came out beginning of October. So it came out just last week. And that normally is £21, as I said, but it's £18.90. All of our kits are on offer this month. So do check those out. We have some kits that were £14. So they will be reduced in the sale. They do vary depending on the kit, and obviously depends on our stock, I'm guessing. So the more stock we have, potentially the larger discount you will get, and that runs right the way through to the end of October. So if you want to order any kits, you can order through me. You can send me an email, a comment or a message, or you can order yourself online. And if it asks for a demonstrator and you don't have one already, then you can just search for my name, Jenny Mccormac, and that will get allocated against my sales, so, which I always appreciate. So there we are, 3 fun cards. So we will have coffee and card tomorrow, and then starting Monday we'll be back to our normal stamp set of the week. It's non-Christmas for next week. And then we're alternating Christmas in between. Hi Valerie, I hope you're feeling well, and I do hope you're healing well after your operation. So thank you. Sorry Valerie, I'm just wrapping up. It's always the way, isn't it? When people join at the last minute, I always feel really bad. So you'll be able to watch this on replay within, I would have thought, a few minutes time, and I will upload this to YouTube. So this is one of our most recent kits called Alpine Air. Those are the 3 cards that I've made this evening, and the kit itself makes 9 altogether. And as I say, there's lots of different kits, so do check them out on our online store. You can go to geminicraft.co.uk. If you look on the right hand side, there is a little banner that will take you to our kits section with all the discounts displayed. So thank you so much, everyone. Do take care. Have a great evening ahead. I appreciate you joining us, and I look forward to crafting with you really, really soon. Thanks, and bye for now.